Our psalm today is quite a famous one. We sing it as "All people that on earth do dwell," which is a hymn known and loved by many. Some of our children also mention it in their Burns poetry competitions each year. The Wee Kirk Moose by Lavinia Derwent imagines the hungry mouse saying, "For I'm sometimes awful hungry, and there's naething much to eat, except the paraphrases or a hymn book for a treat. I've eaten the all hunner, I've chowed beatitudes, but I canna say I've found them just the tastiest of food." Well, the old hunner is our psalm today. In the poem, the mouse goes on to appeal that the congregation are mindful of him and bring some cheese when they worship. Well, God does care for his creatures, and he cares for the people who are his own, for whom he provides as a good shepherd provides for his flock. After the exile, the people once again rebuilt the temple, and there's jubilation and rejoicing amongst the people as they enter its gates for worship. So the people of Israel are called to rejoice. But not only the people of Israel. The whole earth belongs to God. The whole earth has reason to celebrate because all are made and shaped and loved by the same God who created the world. All the peoples of the world belong to him, and he would care for all the sheep of his pasture, regardless of nation or tradition or language or culture or colour. All the peoples of the world are called to come to the Lord in praise and rejoicing. It is an appropriate thing to do, to come into the presence of God. But it's not simply presence at worship that matters. The frame of mind with which the people are called into God's presence matters too. Enter his gates with thanksgiving. Give thanks to God, for he is good and his love endures. It is good and right to be thankful for God. And if that is true for worship, then it is true for living. God calls us to live thankful lives with a sense of gratitude for the good things we receive so that we don't take blessings for granted. It translates into worship of God, but also into caring and sharing good things with our neighbours. Gratitude doesn't allow for a sense of entitlement or greed. Gratitude doesn't take deserving for granted, but sees grace from God and from others. If we are thankful, then we look for things to be thankful for. It means that we notice generosity and kindness in the actions of others. We look and see the best in them and are minded to give our best in response. A person thankful in all things cannot be a hateful person. So truly a life of praise and thanksgiving is a good life, and a good life is a life of praise and thanksgiving. Psalm 100, a psalm for giving grateful praise. Shout for joy to the Lord, all the earth. Worship the Lord with gladness. Come before him with joyful songs. Know that the Lord is God. It is he who made us, and we are his. We are his people, the sheep of his pasture. Enter his gates with thanksgiving, and his courts with praise. Give thanks to him, and praise his name. For the Lord is good, and his love endures forever. His faithfulness continues through all generations. A prayer for today. Lord, our God, we come to you in praise and thanksgiving, for you have provided us with all we need to sustain us. Give us a heart to be thankful also to our friends and neighbours, our opponents and enemies. So help us to show that gratitude in all we say and do, that our gratitude may be seen in the sharing of your abundant providing. Amen.